Hey guys, it's your boy Daniel, and I'm back again for my Dancing with the Stars season 25 review. This is week 9. I think it was the semifinals. That's what it was called. Um, so let's get right into it. Uh, for the first round, all the pros chose a song that best represents their celebrities and their journey to them. Now, first we had Drew and Emma. They had a tango, and the song that she chose for Drew was what was the name of the song? Like, I'm Going to Walk 5,000 Miles by the Proclaimers. Um, very weird song for a tango, but okay. I think primarily she chose it because I think they've been traveling a lot. He's Canadian, and she's been traveling with him to do his show, and all his business things that he has to do. So they've tracked a lot of miles. So thinking on it, it made sense. They got a 24. They got 8 from all the judges. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to say that the dance was all over the place. Again, he falls into this trap a lot. That when he gets excited, he kind of loses control and loses everything that's kind of like goes through the door. And he's a tall, lanky guy, so everything that looks messy. It looks messy, and the kilt thing, not my cup of tea. I get why he did it because he is Scottish. But I think the routine was okay. It was fun. The technique was not great. So that's all I got to say about that dance. Up next, we had Victoria and Val, and they did a contemporary. I don't remember the name of the song that they chose. Oh, it was to build a home by the Cinematic Orchestra. I know that song primarily because of So You Think You Can Dance. Billy Bell actually did a solo to that song back in season 6, and then he did it again in season 7 when he made top 20 season 6, but he got mono and he had to withdraw, and he came back for season 7 and made top 11. Anyways, Val brought in Jenna for this dance, and it was a tribute to her parents, really taking care of her during when she was in a coma, and when she was coming out of that. I thought the dance was beautiful. As a performance piece, it was great. As a dance piece, I kind of felt like Val and Jenna did a lot of the dancing, which I understand. Looking at it, it's supposed to represent when she was down, and her parents were taking care of her. I understand that. But I still think it could have used more movement across the floor and things like that. I've heard a few people kind of be a little upset that Jenna was involved as much as she was in the dance. I'm going to say this respectfully. Whether you like Jenna or you don't, Jenna is an incredible dancer. And the routine was to show the parents, the mother and the father, who both equally sacrificed a lot to take care of Victoria when she was going through her situation. So that's why she was in it. So whether you agree with it or not, please be respectful to Jenna. Don't stop sending her nasty messages. And people have been saying, I've been seeing it all on Twitter and all on Instagram, that just because her and Val are dating, that and she was on So You Think You Can Dance, and she knows Mandy, that's why she's always featured and stuff like that. I'm not going to go there, but I'm just going to say Jenna is an incredible dancer, a hardworking dancer, and she is one of those people who she has that spark in her eye. And when she performs, you have one of the people you have to watch her. So that's one of the reasons why she gets put in those positions. Whether her relationship with Val gets her put in front, that's inconsequential. That shouldn't be anybody's concern. Just let her live her life and be the incredible dancer she is. And I'm gonna get off my soapbox when it comes to that. Yeah, they got a 9 from all the judges for a score of 27. Okay, next we had Jordan and Lindsay, and they had an Argentine tango. I think the song that she chose is a song called Brother. I don't know the song very well. They did. Jordan's an incredible dancer, and he's always going to do a good job. I didn't feel the passion for the Argentine tango. It's supposed to be. It doesn't have to be like sexual, but it's supposed to be like intense, and it's supposed to have passion between them. I didn't really feel the passion. The technique was sound, but I think because of their kind of brother-sister dynamic, it didn't really go as deep as I would like it to go. But it's still a really nice dance. They got 9 from Carrie Ann and 9 from Len and a 10 from Bruno for a score of 28. I would have given it a 9. Just because, nothing technically wrong. It's just the character of the Argentine tango wasn't as present as I would like. And that's a personal opinion thing. Up next we had Lindsay and Mark, and they did a contemporary routine. And I think the song that Mark chose was a song called Heads High by Alexandra Jean. Alexander Jean, which was him and his wife's group. I thought the dance was beautiful. Just to mention, the thing about this dance that really surprised me is how grounded I felt that Lindsay was, because she's generally like a light, airy type dancer. She's very light, and she doesn't really have I don't feel like she has a lot of like power underneath her movement. But I thought this was very grounded for her, even though she was kind of like thrashing a lot, and that kind of movement. I really appreciated what they did as a partnership. And they got a 10 from Carrie Ann, a 9 from Len, and a 10 from Bruno for a score of 29. Very, 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 very happy. Up next, we had Frankie and Whitney, and they did salsa. The song she chose for Frankie was Shake by the Ying Yang Twins featuring Pitbull. Obscure, to say the least. They got a 8 from Carrie Ann, an 8 from Len, and a 9 from Bruno for a score 25. I love to watch Frankie dance. I love to watch him perform. I think because he's an actor, he knows how to go into those. He knows how to perform. So I think that's always great for him. Whether the technique of a dance is great or not is up and down. But I love his attitude. I love how hard he's working. He did not come across very whiny. Not whiny. That's a horrible term. He didn't come across as doubting in the packages. I think he actively tried to do that. So I really appreciate that from him, because he's definitely in my top three. So he just gotta keep doing what he's doing, and I think he'll be fine. And that was the end of round one, and we go into round two, where each couple had to recreate an iconic dance from seasons past. I have a mixed opinion about doing things like this, because a lot of these routines are like classics, and they're memorable for when they were done and who they were done with. I think I'm going to go into it deeper with Lindsay and Mark. The original routines, the chemistry of that particular partnership doesn't always translate to another celebrity, because then a lot of the times it's different. But let's get into it. First up, they had Drew and Emma, and they did hit Jazz, and it was based on it was a jazz trio from season 17 with Corbin Blue, Karina Smirnoff, and they had Whitney Carson, which I love. It was done to like a jazz version of Yeah by Usher. They got all 8s for a score of 24. I liked it. It was okay. Not bad. Not great. He did look kind of awkward in position. I think it was him, and he had Emma, he had Jenna, he had Haley and Britt, and he was in the middle. Yeah, he was on time for most of it. It's just that, he's not a natural dancer, so sometimes it comes off very awkward. But, it was okay. I'm not going to go into detail about it wasn't bad, pretty much. That's what I'm going to say. Up next, they had Victoria and Val, and they did a Charleston that was based on Amber Riley and Derek back in season 17. Wow. This was probably the best I've seen Victoria in a long time. Especially considering she doesn't really feel her legs. I thought her swivel movements were really, really nice. I thought she had a lot of character in the dance, and I really appreciate what she was giving on the floor, and how it was completely different to how Amber and Derek did the dance. I like the production with the train. I think it was like a train car or a bus or something, and how her and Val were interacting. I just thought this was really great for her. Unfortunately, she did go home, and I know she cried. And I'll go deep into that at the end of the video, but I think this was really, really nice for her to go out on. She got a 9 from Carrie Ann, a 10 from Len, and a 10 from Bruno for a score of 29. So, excuse me. I apologize. I've been at work all day. Really, really nice, Victoria and Val. I'm really proud of her. Up next, we had Jordan and Lindsay, and they did a jive, which is based on Paige Van Zandt and Mark Ballas's jive from season 22. Best dance of the night. Oh, wow. To say that to take an iconic dance and make it your own is the epitome of great choreography and a great partnership. And Jordan and Lindsay absolutely killed it. They got a perfect score, 10s from all the judges, and they totally deserved it. Um, what I will say is some people have said that um, it was better than Paige and Mark's. I'm not going to say that it was better. Um, I would say technically it was, but it didn't take away. It did not take away the love I had for Paige and Marks, because there's a difference. First of all, she's a female. She's a female celebrity, and she's not a musician. She's a UFC fighter, so she didn't have this natural musicality in her movements that Jordan has as a musician and a man. So automatically it's completely different. So you really can't compare them. But I love both, and I will say this jive was best dance of the season for me. Period. Yeah. Up next we had Lindsay and Mark, and they had a tango, and it was based on Meryl Davis and Max's tango from season 18. This is another dance I'm very, very proud of Lindsay and Mark. They totally took this dance and made it their own. I will say it. My opinion is not as great as Meryl and Max's, but that has to do with the differences between the couples. I think that Lindsay is not as strong and as sharp a dancer as Meryl was, and automatically the chemistry between the two couples is radically different. Meryl and Max had this chemistry between the two of them. It was it wasn't sexual because they were not dating, but people thought they were. I thought that, and Lindsay and Mark have a kind of like a brother-sister relationship, so it's not, so automatically the chemistry of the two dancers is completely different. But I thought that Lindsay and Mark did a good job of highlighting her strengths. The routine was clean. It was clean. It was slower. It was slower than Marilyn Max's. But I thought it was clean. She had beautiful turns. Her extension is great. Her toe point. That's why she's the only female celebrity in the final, because she's the best female dancer of the season. But I think that I think they did a really good job for me, and I'm very proud of Lindsay, and I'm happy. Oh my God, I cannot wait to see this freestyle. I'm going to talk more about that at the end too, but I'm really excited for this finals. And to close out the competition, we had Frankie and Whitney, and they did a Paso Doble, and it was based on Apollo, Anton Ono, and Julianne Huff's Paso from season 4. And quick fact: when the dance started, automatically I knew the song that they danced to was also used by Sean Johnson and Derek Huff back in season 15, which was the all-star season for their freestyle. And so when I heard the song, I was like, oh my God, that's the song that Sean and Derek used. And I got really excited. I'm sorry. Just to go back. Lindsay and Mark, they got a 9 from Carrie Ann, a 9 from Len, and a 10 from Bruno for a 28. Just to get that out the way. Now, back to Frankie and Whitney. I thought they did a pretty good job. What I would say, it's amazing how much I've learned about ballroom dancing since I've been watching this show. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not a dancer. I've never danced a day of my life. I can do a little two-step if I'm in the mood. But I will say that The whole dance, I was looking at it and I was like, I kept thinking, I was like, Frankie, you need to, the paso doble carriage, you have to tuck your hips. You have to tuck your hips under, and he needed to be more elongated in his upper body. I think the judges said he had kind of hit earrings. I thought it was very cute. But I loved. Some people were kind of turned off by the aggression. I wasn't, because I like to see a different side of. I love to see this different side of Frankie. The intensity, it was definitely different from when he did the kind of stalker contemporary routine on Halloween night. But I thought the passion for the paso was there, in my opinion. So I really like that. I love the character. He got a 9 from Carrie Ann, an 8 from Len, and a 9 from Bruno for a score of 26. I would have given it a 9. Now, after all the dances, they announced that, what did they announce first? Lindsay and Mark in the finals. Then they announced Drew and Emma. And then they announced Jordan and Lindsay. So the bottom two were Frankie and Whitney, and Victoria and Val. And Victoria and Val went home. And Victoria, she was very upset, and I felt really bad for her. I just think it came down to I told my friend Miss Judy that don't be surprised if Drew makes the finals, because he has a very strong fan base. And I say it all the time. He has the prime Dancing with the Stars demographic. The people that vote are people who watch Property Brothers and know who he is, and they're voting for him. So I was not surprised he made the finals, and I told people, don't be surprised. And he did. And Victoria, she's just lesser known, and her dances have, I think that the last week when she had the spasms kind of set her back a little bit. So it was unfortunate that she got eliminated, but the finals now are set. I think Drew's gonna go home the Monday night, personally. Drew or Frankie? If it was me, I would send Drew home the Monday night, but it's not up to me. It's up to America. But we get to see all 4 couples do freestyles, and I'm really excited for this. I get to see Emma Slater and Whitney Carson and Lindsay Arnold and Mark Ballas do freestyles. And this, even though I think Jordan's going to win, because he's the best dancer, and I really want this for Lindsay. I love her. I really want it for her, more so than it was Jordan. But I really hope the freestyles are going to blow people away. I think whoever has the best freestyle and the best redemption dance the Monday night has a great chance of winning. And I can't wait to see it. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get to vote, because actually, yes, I'll probably get to vote online, because Monday night, I think Monday Night Football is the Atlanta Falcons and the Seahawks play, and so the Channel 2 is going to be showing that game. So they're probably going to show the episode like late at night, and I have to work Tuesday morning, so I probably won't get to watch it live. But I am really excited for Monday and Tuesday nights, and I think it's going to go I just think it's going to go. Jordan is going to win, followed by Lindsay, and then Frankie, and then Drew. Freestyles could change that, but that's just how I see things playing out. And I did the Dancing with the Stars game thing. I did pick Jordan. I did pick Lindsay and Mark to win, but it's all good. I'm just excited to see what the show has in store for us, and I'm excited to get. Oh, I'm probably going to be super late with my review for the finals because I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I work in the morning on Thursday, and then I go home to Florida for 5 days. So hopefully when I get back the week after, I'll get my review done, and let's see how things turn out. So until then,